Okay, today we're going to talk about uploading your files from the Butterfly app to your ESO reports. Um, so far, we've seen a lot of good attempts of getting good slides, getting good images from the ultrasound. We want to make sure that instead of just documenting we did an ultrasound, that we can actually attach the files to our reports so that the doc can view them, we can view them, as it relates to your particular call. So let's begin. First thing to do when you come in on shift is to make sure that you are signed into the Butterfly app under your own login at the beginning of your shift. I've sent out logins to all of the preceptors, FTOs, supervisors. This way, when you do an ultrasound recording, we can see that that particular provider has done it. And when the QA goes in, let's say, for example, I show up, I do an ultrasound scan, I upload the files to my report. It goes to our QA process, not only in-house, but to the physicians that came and did the initial class, and they will be doing a QA on the ultrasound scans themselves and get that back to us. And they just want to make sure it goes back to the right provider so that they can improve their future scans, they can improve in getting that right position, viewing the right anatomy, and understanding why we're doing the scan to begin with. So it's definitely important you make sure you're signed in under your app at the beginning of your shift every single time. It's just another thing to add to your list. You get there, you're checking off your truck, go ahead and log in and get that set up. Okay, you've made your call, you've done your ultrasound scans, you're back at the station, and now we're going to upload to your ESO report. So once you're completed, you log into your Butterfly, or you pull up your file, and at the top right corner you'll see a number. And I know this particular screen is probably smaller. I didn't mean it to be this small. But at the top right corner you'll see a 3 in a box. Now that number is going to be the number of scans that you made on that particular patient. In this example, I only made 3. So you're going to go to that top right screen. You're going to click on that box, and it's going to take you to the next screen. This is called the new study screen. We're going to fill out some information in here so that we have all the same information across the board. We can go back, we can research the call, we can look at the MRN, we can get patient feedback, things like that. You should be the author at the top left. If you are not the author in the top left corner of that screen, then that means you did not log in under your login provider. What we'll just have to do is make a note in the notes section that happened, so we can make sure that the right person gets QA'd on that. The first section you'll fill out will be the patient details section. So you're going to click on that plus add button there. In the last name, we're going to put the incident number. We don't want to put any identifying patient information in this since it's kind of going out. Even though the docs are definitely very aware of HIPAA, we just want to make sure that we keep as much information confidential as we can. So in the last name, you're going to just put the incident number of your call. Go ahead and put the patient's sex and their date of birth. And then as you scroll down, there's a patient ID slot. And that's where you're going to put the MRN number so that we can do follow-up, get patient information, things like that, so we can give you guys the feedback that you need. The next section you're going to go to is the exam type. And this is just like a drop-down menu. You're going to pick the exam that you performed. If it's an EFAS exam, if you're looking for lung slide, if you're looking for whatever exam you chose to do. You're just going to select that. If you did multiple of them, select multiple so that we know that you changed around. The notes section. This is where you're going to put anything about that patient scan. If you performed an EFAS exam, this is where you're going to put if you thought it was positive or negative, where you suspect the free fluid being, why you performed that scan. Maybe you looked and there was nothing there. Just type a little synopsis as to why you were looking, what led you down that path, so that we can look and see if the reasons for ultrasounding line up with the patient care we were providing. And then any particular information you feel is important to that exam. If you had difficulty, if you couldn't find something, you couldn't find the kidney and the liver or you couldn't find Morrison's pouch, put it there, because that just lets us know, hey, okay, this is where we need to work on. This is where we need to focus some training on. And so that's why we want these notes to be as detailed as you can do, given the call that you're on. Once you've done all of that, we're going to select the signed study, and you're going to click confirm. Okay? Don't save it as a draft. We need it saved as the signed study. And then you'll return to the page scan, and this is where you, like if you're going to do another ultrasound, this is where that screen will go to, and that number at the top right corner will be zeroed out. So next you're going to select the caret at the top left of the screen, and this will take you to the studies page, and you're going to select the study that you just saved, and it will open that study you just filled out. All right, next we're going to create a PDF. And it seems like a lot of steps, but it's really not once you do it a few times. You're going to select that send or share icon. You're going to select create PDF, and you're going to confirm that pop-up window seen here. Now from the iPad, for some reason, it doesn't let you save it under a certain file name. So it'll just say PDF document. So after you've confirmed that, you're going to select Save to Files. Now, most of the iPads I've been able to add this to, some of them not, but hopefully by the time we put this into play, you'll be able to see it. But you'll click Save to Files there in the bottom, and you're going to save under the app or under the folder Ultrasound Studies. And that's where all of this is going to go. Once you open the files on the iPad, rename the file as the incident number of the PCR. And then you're going to attach it to ESO just like you would any other file. Again, once you do this a few times, it's not as step heavy as it seems, but you'll kind of get it just like everything else. Once it's attached, you'll see it there. It'll be a PDF document with the scans on there. If you did a video scan, you can actually click on that video scan and it will show the video. Some of the ER docs will be able to see that, but they may not get to see the actual scan, so we may have to give them a login access, maybe an ER access to this so that they can view the video, or you can always show them when you get there on your own iPad so that they can see what you were looking at. As always, if you have any questions, you can call me, you can email me, Marina, Kyle. We'll be glad to help you figure it out. I appreciate your time. I appreciate all your hard work. And I'm really excited to see this take off, and I can't wait to see how we can impact patient care. Thanks, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.